So this device is my favorite Android box of all time. So today's video is a blast from the past. We're gonna go into one of my favorite streaming devices of all time, go into some of the details of what it offers, and see how it compares to some of today's devices. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Let's go. Alright guys, so I had to kind of dust this off. It's been sitting for probably 10 years, 11 years. This is the Minix U9 Android box. Like I said, this is one of my favorite Android boxes of all time. Offers a lot. So first we're gonna jump into the remote. The remote itself is pretty awesome. Typical Android remote on the front. So you're gonna have your larger buttons, your home menus. You have a task manager where you can go ahead and get into your applications, your Google Assistant, as well as your volume control, fast forward and rewind. Now in this remote, you also have an air mouse. So the air mouse allows you to put the cursor on the screen, then you can wave your hand back and forth to control and select certain areas that may be difficult for a standard remote. So pretty impressive all itself. However, if you flip it around, you now have a full keyboard. That way, if you're on a website or you need to type in the name of an application or you need to type something in, it's right there at your fingertips. Quickly type what you need to type and you're all set. Very impressive remote. As far as the box itself, looks really good, modern design, even in 2025. It does have dual band Wi-Fi antenna, so it is 2.4 as well as 5 gigahertz. Also has gigabit Ethernet. Keep that in mind. A lot of the devices that we get nowadays does not even come with gigabit Ethernet. As far as some of the other ports, we're gonna have optical audio, microphone in, AV out. We're also gonna have multiple USB ports, SD port, just a ton of additional options to add storage on this device. So let's go ahead and boot it up and take a look at what I have installed. So here we are in the Minix U9. This is the Nova launcher, which I was running, and I think this was about 8-9 years ago, but we'll check just to kind of see what version we're running here in a little bit. So on my home screen, you can see I have Plex, I have another free application, I have IPVanish, Flare Cloud, couple other free applications, FileLink, Analytics, and below I have my Google Play Store, Google. I do have a full browser on here. So if I click on that, you can see it takes me to the website, which I can navigate, go back home. And you guys see that this has an air mouse, which I'm moving around right now. This is not standard in today's day and age, and I'm not sure why, but this is one of the reasons why I love this box. Not only does it have a standard side for your Android controls, so you have your home, your menu, volume controls, of course, but it also has an air mouse built in, so you can turn it on, turn it off, use it as a regular remote as I am now. Turn the air mouse back on and then you're back in. Super helpful. But this takes it to another level where you can flip it around to the other side. You can go to a website. So let me go here. Now, if I flip it around, guys, I can start typing yahoo.com, push enter. And I am on the Yahoo homepage. So what about Ethernet? Is this running gigabit or is this running 10100? Let's go ahead and check it out. So let's check out a couple things. Let's go into our settings. You guys remember these buttons on the bottom you can access with the air mouse. I believe this is the back. This is a screenshot. Home button, volume up and down. This is to power it off. This is to hide the menu. So those are, like I said, old school. I forget what this does, but let's click on it. Okay, so that's the browser. It's been a minute. So let's go into our settings. Let's go to settings there. Let's go back. All right, I'm gonna go to about. All right, so look like this is the Minix Neo U9H. As you can see there, this is Android security patch level August 1, 2016. So this is going on 9 years, give or take. Android 6.01, there's the build number. As far as the storage, let's go there. We have 11 gig available. So it's probably a 16 gigs or more. But the cool thing about this is that it has the SD slot. It does have multiple USB ports, does have optical audio, Ethernet, just a lot going on for this box. And don't let me start on this remote control, which I already expressed how big of a fan I am. As far as the internals, let's go. We're gonna launch IDA64. Just kind of see what's on the inside here. And you guys probably already seen some of it. All right, so hardware, M-Logic, Q200, install RAM, 2 gigs of RAM, available memory is about 546 megabytes, give or take. Internal storage, that's what we just looked at, so about 11 gigs, give or take. So as far as the CPU, we are going to have a 64-bit. It is running 32-bit mode, but you can see it has 8 cores, and you can just see some of the core information right there. Display. All right, so as far as some of the specs, this does support maximum resolution of 4K HDR10, multi-screen display capability, so pretty decent GPU for when this was released. So as far as my speed test, I am plugging via Ethernet right now, so you can see the ping there. I am paying for 600 megabits per second download. You can see I am getting over that, so that just proves that this is a gigabit Ethernet port. And when I see this and I think about devices that comes with the 100 megabits per second, it just kind of blows my mind that in 2014 2015 we had devices like this one that gives us much better speeds than we're getting today. As far as the Wi-Fi, decent speeds, again over 170 megabits per second. This works on 2.4 as well as the 5 gigahertz network, so it's doing a pretty good job. Like I said, this is performing a lot better than some of the most modern devices. Just wanted to quickly take a look at this device again. It's still working really well, guys. This is one of those boxes that I use as my primary driver. Even when the NVIDIA Shield came on board, TiVo were launching devices, this was my primary driver that I use, and it's still working here in 2025. The only concern about this is that there is no update, so it seemed like the updates have been discontinued. It is still stuck on Android 6, but maybe that's something I'll look into flashing in the future. But as far as the internals, still relevant today, still works well. Plex works, all the apps that I had work, and you can also see network works really well. So with that said in mind, what are we doing with today's streaming devices? Why are we getting less in today's streaming devices than we got 10 years ago? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.